We're gonna get the coils and plugs in the Hyundai Equus. We'll look at a Subaru for suspension issues. A lot of things to see today. We're even gonna check AC on a 99 C230 Mercedes. Got a new scan tool I'm gonna be doing a review on soon. Look for that video. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. We're making it work. And I'm Jimmy if you're new. And I don't have my camera light on. Boom, look at that, all that beauty for you to see. I gotta share it with the world. That's what my mom said. Something like that. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. We got a rainy, cloudy morning. It was raining really, really hard last night. So I'm guessing summer is on the way. Hope it's nice where you're at. I get a little bit of both. Some people expect it to be 10 and it's 70, and some people expect it to be nice and it's snowing. I hear a lot of mixed weather reviews in the comments section, so keep it up. Let me know what's going on by you. I think we're gonna head close to 90 today, 88 or so, something like that. Right now it's about 73 and real muggy. About 2,000, 3,000% humidity, I guess. But more importantly, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to work with me, or we're gonna spend a day in the shop with me. So I'm going to take you guys along. We'll see what we can get done. We'll try to have some exceptional lighting and audio, do the best we can. I really wish I could wear a mic, but honestly, since the priority is at work making money, the YouTube is they give you a little chip. It's not really, it's actually gone down every year the past 3 years, but the focus has to be on my day in the shop working. And I do it best I can to make a, how can I say it? I do the best I can to try to make the video entertaining and help you learn a little thing or two. You guys teach me things in the comments too. We're kind of a community. It's not just about me. But the problem is, if I have a mic and lights and cameras, and I mean, the videos would be a little better, and it would probably cost me so much time at work that it wouldn't be productive overall, if that makes sense. I might have explained that before, I guess, but we've got a lot of new subscribers, so I'm going to explain it again. So enough of that. Let's finish getting this place open up, see what we can do today. Let's get started. Stay tuned. All right, customer said, you know what, just change all the plugs and coils. Let's get this thing fixed. Personally, I'd rather keep the original coils that are working on this one, just because they're a little weird. But as long as we don't get some door lasts, we'll be fine. Anybody want to place a bet? Place a bet in the comments below. Took little noise insulators off the pumps. There's a pump on each side. I'm even going to get them a bolt for that too. The threads look like they're in good shape, so we'll stick a bolt in that when we're done. But got my coil connectors off. I'm not going to pull the plugs out till the parts get here, but I can pull all the coils out. I don't want to leave the open cylinders for long. At least that's how I do it. If you have a pretty dust-free shop, it's not a big deal, but we have a dusty, nasty shop and dirt roads all around the building, so we've had these coils out enough times. That shouldn't have much of a problem, huh? Pull this catch up so it doesn't break. It feels like a Toyota connector, but can't see with the light there. Keep going. Show the light, will you? There you go. Some of these guys. Uh-oh. This is an 8-cylinder if you haven't seen the other videos on this car. An 8-cylinder Hyundai. Didn't think they existed, did you? Now, because we're going full tune-up and all, I feel compelled to make a clamp for this. The only problem is these nubs. But if I have to, I can trim them off. I think there's only these top two. And they keep the original clamp from turning. Since we don't have the original clamp, we're going to do without them. If I separate these, I think I can make them into one clamp. Uh-oh, watch your fingers. As long as these will go short enough, we're going to try it and find out. I'm going to do this by manually, just so we don't have spinning clamps going on. And it started good. trim those off with my flush cutter. Work. Let's take a look at this 2012 Honda Civic. 63,000 miles and that check emission system light is on. That makes me a little bit sad because how can a Honda have issues? I don't understand, but we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna give a love rating 5. We are, this is a regular customer too. 1.8 liter. When I cranked it up, I immediately heard the battery kind of rum and started up. So it might need a battery. We'll check that real quick. Just gonna see what codes we got first. The engine is not running, okay. 2 fault codes. This will take a second, and then we're gonna look at the codes. We'll get an idea what direction we're going. I'm not sure. He said it's a regular customer. The car's not familiar to me, so I'm guessing someone probably was doing a little drivability work, and now we're gonna find out what's wrong with it. Oh, cute little teddy bears. Look at that. Nothing gets you through the day like a little stuffed animal. Man, this is taking a while. All right, we'll come back. I'm flapping too much. I probably added most of that out. System low purge flow detected, current. System purge flow malfunction, current. I looked under the hood. It looks like a brand new battery in it. Could have a starter problem or a defective new battery. It also looks like it has a new purge valve in it. But who knows where the purge valve came from. I just watched the South Main Auto video last night. Shop put a O2 sensor in a Chevy because it was bad, and then it was still doing the same thing. Then they put another one in it, and then it was still doing the same thing. So the customer brought the car to him because the shop said they couldn't figure it out, I guess, and he put a GM O2 sensor in it and fixed it. He said just because you replaced it twice doesn't mean it's not the part. And this might be the same kind of a scenario. We're gonna have to do some testing and see. Let's get out under the hood and take a look around out there. We got a bunch of tools ready to go. Since this has got the monstrous Fast and Furious 1.8 liter, it's only missing 7 stages of nitrous. The purge valve is right back here. You can see it's been changed. What the purge valve does, when the computer turns it on, it puts a vacuum to the vapor system to pull vapors out of the tank and the canister and save earth. So if that purge valve is stuck open and the pressure doesn't change when it turns it on, it thinks it's not working because it's working too good. Customer also said it stalled on them once, which I don't know if that really helps, but it might. Usually if anything's causing stalling, it's the purge valve. Nothing else leaks in the tank, none of that causes stalling. But if the purge valve is open when it's not supposed to be, it would cause stalling. What I got to do is, I think they're racing. What I got to do is, you can't take the line off that feeds the purge vacuum because it's a hole in the throttle body or intake. So what I can do is pull the line off that goes back to the tank. I'm gonna use my vacuum pump, my Mighty Vac kit, and I'm gonna put a vacuum on that going the wrong way instead of it pulling it this way. I'm gonna put a vacuum on it this way. Use the scan tool to turn it on, see if the vacuum drops. I'm assuming that we probably got a crappy part, but I don't know. Let's find out. I'm gonna get this all hooked up. I probably gotta get me a piece of hose. This might go inside that port and work. You definitely want a good seal because you want to see if it holds a vacuum when it's off. So you're looking for a vacuum drop when it's turned on. So 2 things are important there. Is it sealed off? And is it opening when you want it to? If either one's not right, the computer's going to be really sad. And nobody wants that. Next thing you know, you got sunburn on your knuckles from the check engine light. Ooh, that is a tight fit. Oh, what happened? Did I lose my seal? Well, that's not a good sign already. Gets to about 17, and then it leaks. Let's verify it's not something going on with this. So it's not my tool. Let's try one more time. I'm really going to put some serious effort onto this connection to make sure. Yeah. Huh. Purge valve leaks. Let's put less vacuum on it. Keep it under 15, see if it'll hold. And then I'm going to turn it on, see if it opens electrically at least too. I just want to do one more test to get a really good idea of what the computer might be seeing. I just got to go over and turn the key on, and we'll get the scan tool talking to it, and we'll tell it to turn on. Hopefully I have that test mode in my scan tool. I think I do. Let's go in the ECM actuation test, evap test. I want to see if it has purge only. They might call it a vapor canister valve or something like that. Let's just go evap test. Oh, solenoid test. PCS CPV, canister purge valve. That's cool. They got a special name for it to throw us off our game. Let's get a little vacuum on it again. It looks like it leaked down just sitting there. Let's go on. Dunk, it dropped off. Let's see if it leaks real good now. It's on. Shut it off. On. Dunk. It works. Off. So electrically it's working, but it seems like it's not sealing. I do have to verify. It could be because I'm pulling a vacuum from this way instead of from the other way where it's designed to work. I could be fighting a spring and forcing it open. I got to be careful of that. I'm going to try to verify that real quick, and then we'll see if we got to replace this purge valve. I think what I'm going to do on this is just pull the valve off and try it from the other side. I can't find any information on whether it matters or not pulling it from the wrong side. It's 2 8mm screws. We'll have it off and test it from the manifold side. Now, you can see it's brand new, just a 2-wire sensor, power and ground. If it gets a ground, it opens, allegedly. If it doesn't have a ground, it doesn't open, allegedly. Now I can even plug this in, although we saw it electrically it works. I really got to be careful I don't let this thing leak and cause it to look like something's going on. It holds from that side, that's what I was wondering. It holds pretty good. So we know it works electrically. We know it holds from the engine side, which is the side it's supposed to hold from. We're gonna look elsewhere now. Did you place a bet in the comments which brand it would be? I got the Civic on the lift. Let's go look at it. I'll show you what I found on that one. Where the heck is it? That is not, well, I'll put a light on, see if that helps. More professional. That's not supposed to be like that. So, I'm guessing that's probably what's going on. Because it's not going to pull vapors and vacuum on the tank when the purge valve opens. The stalling thing she mentioned, I don't understand. Could be something else. It does have a little issue going on with the battery. It didn't want to crank up for me. Why that line was off? Maybe that someone was doing a diagnosis last time, put the purge valve on it, and didn't put that line back on while they were testing, and it caused a new problem. I'm not sure. I put a purge valve on a Honda a few months ago. It wasn't this one though. It was a light blue. This car is gray, but anyway, I'm gonna try it, take it for a drive, run an evap test, something like that, see if it passes now. I think we're on the right track though. Get this bolt in here that I keep promising. Not easy, I see why they left it out. Putting my spark plugs in, look at these beautiful NGK Iridium. That's the real deal right there. And the door last coils are gonna go in. I got the 4 plugs in this side already. And then I said, you know what? I think my friend's gonna be charged up, invigorated, and ready to go. So let's do it. I loosen this because it's a little easier to get to the bolt on this number 4 coil. Well, yesterday it wasn't number 4 until late in the day. Now we know it is. A couple of these guys. Not so bad. We'll finish getting these in. We'll do some plugs on the other side. Like the Hyundai or the I always check the ground, make sure it hasn't been hit. Few more of those. We're gonna see how this thing runs. This is one of the ones I put in, so it's probably tight. Yeah, that's tight. I don't know what would make for better content, going to get an extension or battling with the air filter lid like that. I'm thinking the latter. Could be wrong. Four more coils. These all have dielectric grease inside them too, which is cool. Saves me a step. Alright, all my coils and connectors are in and bolted down. This goes with the 2 lines close to each other over here. All my harnesses are bolted back in. We're ready to fire this thing up. I'm even going to put the engine cover on. I'm feeling kind of froggy. This isn't doing anybody any good. If you saw yesterday's video, we proved that the firing order in this diagram is not accurate for this car, although it's printed out for this car. So, okay, got some ABS issues and things like that, but it came in. If you didn't see the first video, it's been in 3 different days. It had the CAN system was down, and like 8 or 10 modules were off the communication line. One of them is called the PDM, power distribution module. This button tells the power distribution module to turn things on, and with those things offline, nothing happens. It wouldn't crank. And the customer had custom wired some house wiring to try to force it to crank, and he cut the fan wires to force the fan to run, because that's another thing that was offline. Suspension module was offline. So we got it all figured out. It had a fuse that was open, and for some reason I was seeing power on both sides of the fuse with my test light, which is kind of strange. Normally if it's bias voltage, it would be put out by a test light. So I replaced that fuse and it's fixed. I'm just hoping the fuse doesn't blow again. Of course, we're going to take it on a couple of road tests. I tried tugging on harnesses and jiggling things, and I'm thinking that the customer blew the fuse for some reason, running those wires to bypass the fan, vice versa. I'm not sure. I saved his wire, gave it back to him with his house connectors and stuff, because you never know, it might need to jump something else out. The only thing this car needs now, we also checked the other day, was a compressor. It doesn't pull the low side down. It stays at like 65, so the air doesn't really work too great. But he doesn't want to fix that right now. He's going to enjoy having his car back for a while and then think about it. Look at this 1999 Mercedes-Benz C230 compressor. The AC is not working. So we're going to take a look at his AC. I already put the machine on it. I know it's got refrigerant. 72,830 original miles on this powerhouse. That is low miles for a 99. 26 years old. Love rating of 4. I might go a little lower, except that some of it just looks like temporary clutter, so I'm not going to penalize him for that. The car is actually in pretty nice shape. These older ones hold up a lot better than the new ones. The door panels are still good, they're not peeling off. If it was like 3 or 4 year newer version, this would all be destroyed already. This is the only thing really wrong. The glue's coming undone. Without AC, it's rough. It's rough when summer comes in Central Florida. So I started the AC with the machine on it. Catch you guys up. The compressor is not turning on. So we're going to take a look. I got the scanner on it. The scanner needed some updates. I figured I'd go ahead and do those. And then we'll get started. We're going to take a look. See, these are really bad for the climate control panel, not sending power out to the compressor, but sometimes it does it because the evaporator temperature sensor is bad and it's telling it it's freezing, so it won't let it turn it on. So that's why we're going to hook the scanner up once it's done updating. The bad thing is someone's already been working on this car. It's got a whole bunch of new stuff, new pulleys and belts and stuff like that. The car's in great shape, paint wise and all. I can see where someone has been poking in the compressor already. If you look down here, and well, it's going to block the light, isn't it? So like this. Someone has put a big old hole in the wire to the compressor. I'm not sure if you can see that on camera or not. So someone's already damaged the wire a little bit. If you're going to do that, 2 things you got to do is just barely poke it in the insulation. When you get to the copper strands, stop. Don't push through the wire and ham fist it. And then when you're done, a little nail polish or a liquid tape or RTV, whatever you got, put something on there to seal that. If you don't, in Florida it's not quite as bad. We do get quite a bit of humidity, but it's going to get corroded and eventually cause a problem that if it wasn't one there already. Just a tip for those of you who might be poking around yourself. Updates are still going. I've been flapping my butt off and it's still not done. Alright, give me a minute. I wouldn't be surprised if it wouldn't auto vend this old girl. I'm gonna have to put it in manually, but I'll give it a minute. That's what I thought. Skip. Diagnose. European. M. Mercedes-Benz. Never very fast. Doesn't matter what scanner you use. Manually select. Oh no. Come on, Mercedes. You don't know what kind of car you have? You can't just say C230. Oh, C-Class. Okay. Let's try that. I'm no Mercedes expert. I don't know the chassis. Oh, there's other C-Classes. That might not work out well. Interesting day so far. Let me sort this part out and we'll come back. It's a sedan, I know that, but it's going to be a lot of fumbling and bumbling. All right, after some poking around, trying a couple different things, I realized it's a 203 C-Class up to 2003. And I can talk to the PCM and see there's a code in that, but I cannot talk to the air conditioning, which is down here. Air conditioning. It says communication is not available. So that might be a concern. It does change the fan speed, and the fuses are good. There's two fuses in here, number 20 and 30. This 15 amp and this 10 amp fuse, and they're good. Those go to that module, and it does light up and change my settings when I move it, but no communication. So I'm going to see if it's sending power down there on that wire they already damaged. I'm going to see if I have power with a meter. If I don't have power with a meter, we're headed towards a panel for the air conditioning. Since it won't communicate as well, that's another telling sign. Very common failure. Actually, the most common for this problem, no compressor operation, is the control panel. So like I said, and there's no fuse between the compressor and the control panel. Those two fuses go to the control panel, and if this is shorted, it blows the fuse to the control panel, and it's unfused all the way. And I don't see a connector in the wiring diagram either. So let's go to voltmeter and stop talking about it. Make sure we can jiggle this to see if anything happens. Nothing. Make sure I got a good ground. It's over here. Now what I can also do is take a fuse jumper and jump power to the compressor and see if it turns on. Just momentarily. I got a fuse jumper, and I'm going to go to a fuse in the fuse box, and then we're going to put power to it. See what happens. I don't have my power to it yet. See that? I can turn the compressor on myself, so something going on with the control panel. Let's see what happens and if we're going to fix it. I just touched it to the fuse that actually goes to the control panel. So now I know the compressor will work if we get the control panel to work. The only part that's sketchy, since I can't talk to it, I can't look at the evaporator sensor, which is what I was hoping to do. But when you can't even talk to it, the likelihood that it's not turned the compressor on is pretty high. This is a, there's two different styles, and the one that has the dials is the most common one. And that's the one that has. So we'll see if we go any further with this one. I got to do the inspection still too, but the car is a super nice car. Wanted to point out too that you can push these in, get the hood a little higher, so you don't bang your head on this 2 or 3 times before you realize you have that ability to raise it up another foot. Have any damage? Got the carburetor off of that 69 mud stain. I'm gonna fill the front bowl with some brake clean, see where it comes out at. Now that it's easier to see. I think it's the front accelerator pump. I think the diaphragm blew out, but we'll find out. This is the vent that goes to the fuel bowl. Ta-da! That's what I figured. To see if they can get a accelerator pump kit for it. It probably takes Holley parts. Yeah, that's no good. We're going to see what we can get for it. It's QFT. If it's different than Holley, we'll have to figure that out. Not sure why the spacer is stuck to the gasket so well, but I didn't see any reason to get it off of there. Should be 4 screws, and it should be just a spring and a diaphragm in there, I believe. They're all a little bit different. This is actually a nice carburetor. Got adjustable secondaries. You don't have to open it up to change the secondary spring. So you can adjust how quick the secondaries open. Most people have them open too quick, and it kind of bogs and goes kind of whoop, whoop, and they think that means the secondary is kicked in, but you shouldn't notice it in the transition. You should just feel more power. If they do that, they open too soon. Big old rip in the diaphragm. Okay, let's see if they can get one now. A little bit of grit in there too, probably coming from sitting. Sometimes they sit and stuff accumulates in the fuel system. You're gonna get a pin in the pig bushing. Mercedes is gone. He ran out of here with his hair on fire apparently. That's what I told Bill. I said I gotta, because he got exhaust manifold gaskets, he needs a plenum gasket. So I told him I gotta explain to them what parts I need for this carburetor. He said you're gonna order an accelerator pump and get a, or you're gonna order a needle and a seat and you're gonna get pins and a pin cushion. 2003 Subaru Brat. Actually, I always thought these were kind of cool. This one's a little worse for wear. It's been through some stuff, and it's a coupe too. No door frame. 199,000 miles. It pulls to one side when they hit the gas and pulls to the other side when they let off. And I could feel a suspension arm or something moving in the front, so I didn't drive it very far because I don't want to have an accident, quite frankly. Customer's waiting, so it means we're not going to fix it. You never know. If we give him an estimate, he wants to leave it, then we'll Uber him home or something, I guess. But I'm going to give it a love rating of 7. It's a pretty clean car, really. Just it's had a life, you know. Let's lift it up and see what's falling off. I mean, loose. That's no good. The axles and the tie rod ends have seen better days. Yeah, she needs some work. Some tie rod ends, some axles, some ball joints. So I'm going to do my inspection right up a little estimato, and we'll see if we're going to fix. Oh, the shock's leaking too. Not leaking terribly, but what's probably happened on this, it leaked all the fluid out a long time ago, and it's starting to dry again, believe it or not. Because as much as it doesn't really look wet, that's what it's supposed to look like, and that's what it looks like. So that black dampness means it's been leaking and no longer can leak anything out. Ooh. Huh. To make note of that too. That's a bummer. Okay. Let's write an estimate and see what happens. Also got a leak on the rack too. Let's see. Take a picture of this stuff now. Push the little camera icon. Camera. Move your hand out of the way. You take a picture of the battery hold down messing. If you like your picture, you tell it okay. Attaches it to your report. You got picture chores, because a picture is worth 1,000 words. We just bought it, so needs a little love. It's actually a pretty nice car. The only problem is the rockers are getting pretty rusty. So, all right, let's see what's next. That sums up a lot of things he's telling them. But thanks for watching. Torque the like button before you head out. We're closing up the shop. See you in the next video, I hope, because you're awesome.